Okay. First of all, thank you so much for joining in and welcome to the REG sparring session. Now, the topic which we'll be starting with today is individual taxation. REG 1, individual taxation. Now, individual taxation is one of the most important topics for REG for two reasons. One, again, 25 to 30% of your exams would be on individual taxation. So it's a very important topic from the weight perspective. There will be a lot of questions from this topic. Second, individual taxation acts as a foundation basis for understanding rest of the reg topics as well. So if you understand individual taxation well, you would understand corporate taxation, partnership taxation, S corporation taxation, all of the entity taxation much better because it acts as a foundation or the building base. And you have a comparative measure now. So again, it's one of the biggest and the longest topics in reg, and at the same time, one of the most important as well, right? Now, we will have approximately 7 to 8 sessions on individual taxation. Today is the first session in which we'll discuss Form 11 1040 overview. Then we'll have one session on filing status. We'll have approximately two sessions on gross income 1. We'll have two sessions on gross income, one session on above the line adjustments, one on itemized deductions and standard deduction. We'll have one session on QBI deduction, then on tax credits and other taxes. So we'll have roughly 9 sessions for individual taxation. 9 sessions for individual taxations. We'll have 9 sessions for individual taxation. We'll discuss each and every aspect of individual taxation in detail. This is the most important topic. Two reasons. One, because it's the most weighted or the highest amount of questions from a particular topic will be from individual taxation. Secondly, it also acts as a foundation. If you understand this well, you will understand all the other topics well. It's the foundation of taxes. Now, thirdly, when we study taxes, right, the regulation exam has been divided. Regulation exam has been divided into two parts: taxes, tax, and business law. And the tax curriculum has been divided into, we'll understand how federal income taxes works for individuals, for C corporations, for partnerships, for S corporations, for LLCs, for trusts, for tax exempt organization, and property taxation for all the entities. Property taxation, how would property taxation or how would income tax on property be calculated? So we'll discuss from each of these perspectives, how do we tax each of these entities, including individual. And if you see, that's how reg curriculum has been divided. We have reg 1, which is individual, reg 3, C corp, reg 4, S corp, 5, partnership, LLC, tax exempt organization. We don't have trusts here. We have trusts in TCT. And reg 2 is your property taxation. So that's how your entire reg curriculum looks like. And today we are focusing on individual taxation. We have the very first session where we'll discuss again, how would individual taxation work? Now, individuals would self-assess their taxes, self-assess and self-declare. Individuals would self-declare their income, expenses, deductions, and self-calculate, self-assess their taxes and pay these taxes, self-assess and pay these taxes. And to do this, they will use a form called Form 1040. That's the form they'll use. That's the IRS form individuals use. I'm sure we are all very aware of it. We all pay our taxes. We all file our taxes using 1040, right? I think yesterday was a deadline as well, right? So yeah, right on point. So we'll again declare our income, expenses, and deductions, and you in this form, and use this to calculate and self-assess what is our annual income tax liability. Annual income tax liability. That's what Form 1040 is. So it's the federal income tax form for individual taxpayers. right? It is used to determine how much taxes do we owe, or is there a refund we are entitled to receive. Now, who should file Form 1040? First of all, we've understood Form 1040 is for individuals. Now, which individuals should file Form 1040? If your income, if your income is more than standard deduction, more than the standard deduction you are eligible for, right? Then you must, right? Or you are self-employed and net self-employment income is more than $400, you must file Form 1040, even if you have zero income tax liability. Very important to understand. Just because you have zero income tax liability doesn't mean you don't have to file taxes. Somebody could have $500,000 of income and they could have enough deductions that they have zero tax liability, but they still must file Form 1040. The only two cases where individuals are exempt and they are not required to file Form 1040 is if their overall income, right, is less than standard deduction, or they're self-employed and the net self-employment income is less than $400. In both the cases, right, they must file it. They must not file it, or else they must. So if your income is greater than standard deduction, right, you must file it. If it's less, you can ignore it. And if your net self-employment income is $400 or more, $400 or more, $400 or more. Understand it from both the sides, right? Both the perspectives. So if your income is more than standard deduction, you must file it. Or if your net self-employment income is less than $400, is more than $400, then you must file it. Either of the cases, any of the conditions apply. And when do you file it? Form 1040 must be filed by April 15th, which was this Monday, which was the deadline, right? You must have filed your 1040s by then. Now, I understand IRS understands for some individuals it might be complicated. They might not have adequate information. They might not have adequate time to collect all the information and file their returns by 15th April. You can get a 6-month extension. You can get a 6-month extension. You can get a 6-month extension, right? And that means you can have additional 6 months to file your return, which means you can file it by 15th October. Now, this extension is only for filing, only for filing. Taxes are still due on 15th of April. So, Form 1040 must be filed by April 15th. You have the option to obtain an extension for October 15th. Now, what is the form? Form 4868 gives you the extension. Do you need to remember this form number? No, it's just for informative purposes. You don't need to remember this form number. Form 4868 grants a 6-month extension, right? It does not extend the time to pay, it's only to file. Now, for taxpayers who are outside United States, they have an automatic 2-month extension. They have a 2-month relief. So instead of 15th April, their deadline is 15th June. 15th June. Their deadline is 15th June. So 2-month automatic extension is available to them. 2-month automatic extension is available to them without filing any form. 2-month automatic. But if they want the full 6-month extension, they must also fill Form 4868. If they want the full 6-month extension. 2-month extension default is available to them automatically. They don't need to do anything. So their deadline is 15th June, not 15th April. But if they want the full 6-month extension, then they have to again file Form 4868 such that they can file their taxes by 15th October. Payment is still due by April 15th. If you don't pay by April 15th, you will start incurring interest and penalties on the amount due. Now, we have a skeletal structure of Form 1040. Like, how do we calculate our income using Form 1040? We have a detailed skeletal structure here right now. We'll look at this and then we'll discuss each item in detail. First, we have our gross income. Right? So when we start filling up our form, we'll accumulate all the sources of income and put the details here. We'll take 2 classes or 2 sessions to discuss that. We'll discuss each and every aspect of gross income: wages, salaries, business income, again, capital gains and losses, interest and dividend income, farming income, other income, again, all these sources of income. First, we'll put all our income together in this. We'll discuss each and every component of income in 2 sessions. Then we will subtract from that above the line adjustments. We'll have one session on this, where we subtract all the above the line adjustments. We'll discuss each of that in detail as well. What are the above the line adjustments? Your IRA contributions, right? Your, again, self-employment taxes, your HSA and MSA save contributions. All of this will be deducted such that you arrive at AGI. Then we will discuss how to calculate your standard deductions or itemized deductions. And we'll have one session on that. You can choose either, and we'll discuss this in detail as well. Then we have taxable income before QBI, and we'll have one session on qualified business income deduction. Once we deduct that, we'll have a taxable income. We'll multiply that with the tax rate and get our federal income taxes. From this federal income taxes, we can subtract our tax credit. We'll have one session on that as well, on all the tax credits which we have. And we'll add some other taxes which we have, which is your self-employment taxes, estimated payment and holdings, and we'll have one session on that. And with this, we'll have a total of 8 sessions, 6 sessions on this, plus we are having 6 sessions, sorry, we'll have 7 sessions on this, plus one session on overview of Form 1040 and one session on filing status. 9 total will make your entire individual taxation. We won't be discussing alternative minimum taxes in REG. We'll be discussing it in TCP. It's part of the TCP curriculum. But are we clear with what Form 1040 is? Who must file Form 1040, right? What are the filing deadlines and what is the skeletal structure? So you have your gross income, from which we subtract our adjustments, above the line adjustments. We get our AGI, from which we subtract either standard deduction or itemized deductions, which we get taxable income before QBI. We subtract our QBI to get taxable income. We multiply it with our effective tax rate or the slab rates, and we get our federal income tax liability. We subtract tax credits. We add alternative minimum tax. I want you to note it. We'll not study it here. We'll study it in TCP if you decide to choose it. We will again add self-employment taxes. We'll subtract any estimated payments we have made in advance or any withholdings, and we'll get our taxes due. Are we clear with this? Are there notes available for us to follow along? Are you able to see the Excel which I'm sharing? Yes, no. Yes, is the file available to download? Yes, all of this, right? So if you go to the sparring replays, you will see against every topic, there is an Excel link. You can just simply click on this, right? And it will have all the topics. Now, what we do is we keep on updating these Excels every time we do it. So always remember to download the fresh one. After every session, download the fresh one. You can just simply click on download and it'll download for everyone. So you can just open the Excel and download it from the Dropbox link. Are we good on how to use this? You can download all the files for all the REG topics. Perfect. Now, we have understood what Form 1040 is, who must file it, right? So if your income is more than standard deduction or your net self-employment income is more than $400, you must file it, when to file, and what is the overview. Now, for individual taxpayers, right, they can report their income and expenses. Individual taxpayers or any taxpayers, right, they can report their income and expenses